President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania just got inaugurated today. Your reaction? Because there were a lot of protests in the country.
Yeah, I think it's really inappropriate and unacceptable to ban the main opposition party from elections. How can you have an election without the main parties? I think imprisonment also of the opposition leaders was not necessary. I mean, the election commission said that President Samia, she got 98% of the votes.
Right.
And that 88% of the eligible voters,
Right,
they turn out.
So 88% turnout.
So you get 98% of 88%. That's over 90%, well over 90% of the votes of the people. So if she is so wonderfully supported by the people, why then the need to do this? Why don't you have just a fair election and allow everybody? Why are afraid? What are you afraid of? You know, let the ballot box sort it out. And instead of putting people in prison, killing people, shooting at young people, that's not right.
We have to stop pretending that countries that just hold an election where sometimes the winner somehow magically gets 90% of the vote because all the opposition is locked up.
The African Union has outlived its usefulness. One wonders why the African regional body cannot come out boldly and openly to condemn or castigate the political events that are taking place in Tanzania. The current president, Madam Samia Suluhu, bungled the election in broad daylight. She detained her key opponents to get a smooth ride to victory. She has bungled the elections. The country is in turmoil with this violence all over in the front corners of the country. But it is so perturbing, it's so disturbing that the chairperson of the African Union Commission, Ahmed Yusuf, has come out to congratulate a bungled election, to congratulate Samia Suluhu for bungling the election. What message is this sending to the world?
The Southern African Development Community Observer Mission has spoken about the recent elections in Tanzania, and I take my cap off for them. They have been brutally honest. Their verdict is clear. Here is what they said, and I quote, "In most areas, voters could not express their democratic will. Overall, the 2025 general election in the United Republic of Tanzania fell short of the requirements of the SADC principles and guidelines governing democratic elections." End of quote. That is as loud and as clear as can be. This is from SADC, which Tanzania is a part of. Let that sink in. SADC itself has declared that Tanzania's 2025 elections were not free, and they were not fair, and they were not democratic. And as those words were being written, hundreds of Tanzanians were dying for daring to speak out against flawed elections. Indeed, Tanzania's elections were a mere performance, where democracy was the stage and dictatorship was the director. On voting day, the internet went dark and police flooded the streets more than voters themselves. This was not an election. It was an operation. SADC observers were harassed, interrogated, and forced to delete photos. If international observers are treated like criminals, imagine how ordinary voters were treated. SADC saw through it all. They saw the censorship, they saw the ruling party dominating state media, while private stations self-censored in fear. They saw the judiciary handcuffed by the Constitution. No one can challenge presidential results. They saw the people's will crushed beneath a legal system designed to protect power, not justice. This is not good governance. It's not democracy. This is democracy's funeral. And the blood that soaked the Tanzanian soil is its final witness. Hundreds dead, thousands beaten and injured, millions silenced. Let's call it for what it is, an engineered fraud. And this fraud has a name: state capture, state brutalization. A government so afraid of its people that it hides behind soldiers and shuts down the internet. SADC must now act. SADC must act. It must begin by suspending Tanzania from SADC. That is not punishing the people, but punishing a rogue government that is brutalizing the people. The other member states of SADC must then issue formal protests to the African Union, because in remaining silent, the African Union is complicit. In rushing to congratulate Samia Suluhu, the African Union is complicit. To the youth of Africa, good governance is not given, it is taken, defended and rebuilt. The regime has answered Tanzanians with bullets, but bullets cannot kill a dream whose time has come. This is the African awakening, and we refuse to be silent. We must act for Tanzania. We must act for Sudan. We must act for Congo. We must act for Africa. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now.
Yeah, welcome back, people. At first, we saw the AU chairman coming to congratulate the victory of Samia Suluhu in the country of Tanzania for his own. And again, you know, the Africans are people who really push something until it happens. Once the people see or feels like something that is happening is not something that is supposed to be done, or is something that has been done against the will of the people, that's when you will see the pressure of the Africans. Because I believe that if it was not the pressure of the Africans who have been pushing this, who have been coming to criticize all these bodies like UN, like ECOWAS, like UN, SADC, and all these, which binds Africa, not coming in to stabilize this situation, whereby we have seen many and thousands of Tanzanians were killed, and this is recognized, has been recognized as genocide, because you can't just come out and kill people in the name of that you are trying to secure your position in politics. You can't come to secure the position in the name of killing people, because the life of people are more important than anything else. Lives of the people must come first before anything else. Life is the priority of anything in this life that we are living. So if you have that audacity of coming and trying to force some issues, no matter what happens, no matter how people died, you are just okay as long as you get what you want. That's all that you are looking up to. So the body of a African Union, AU, came out and congratulate the victory, and many other African leaders came out to congratulate the victory of Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. But again, today we have seen something different happening, whereby after the ICC came to start to monitor everything that happened in the country of Tanzania, and after many human rights advocates who have come out and who went to petition the government of Tanzania and Samia Suluhu for committing the genocide and atrocity in that country, that's when we have seen the chairman of AU coming out to decline the claims that he congratulates Dr. Madam Suluhu Hassan. And again, they have come out and said that all that happened in that country was not it's not something that was legal, because many people were spotted voting even more than 2 times. So it means that the election that happened in the country of Tanzania was not transparent, was not clear, was not never followed the rules, the regulation of any. voting process.
No such a thing. AU, there's no such a thing. It's a group of old people who protect each other. They don't protect the interests of their people. It's a club. It's a gentleman club. They don't care. They don't call each other out. So they are unable to say, you are wrong here, you are wrong there, and therefore this is how we need to fix it. And the way forward is that the youth must take politics serious. The youth must participate in politics. The youth must lead. Because most young people have left politics into the hands of old people who have nothing to do with that. AU has got a plan called 2063. And those people won't be there in 2063. That's why they can say 2063. They won't take responsibility. So we, the youth, who must stop suffering from political apathy and take the future into our own hands. That's how this structures.
And now, despite all this happening, the government went on and proceeded with the proceedings of swearing in of Samia as a winner of the country and as the head and the president of that country. This is something that has brought out different reactions, whereby we know that many times when each and every season that a election happens in the African continent, we see things like this happening. We see such kind of things happening, and people just come out, speak, and everything pass. Time comes and pass, and things just come to normal. But something different is happening today, because everyone, we knew that Tanzania, we knew the Tanzania as a peaceful country. We knew Tanzania as the Tanzanians, as the people who love peace. That's why we've seen many times, we've never spotted the Tanzanians going on the street to demonstrate against the government or coming out to start to fight against the government, because these are the people who love peace. So these people, I go back to reflect the reign of Dr. Pombe Magufuli when he was the president of this country before his death. This president was the people's choice. He was so loved by the citizens. And again, you know what? He only secured his presidential votes. Dr. Magufuli secured the vote with 12.5 million votes, while today Samia has come to secure his position with 31.5 million votes. So that's a difference of 19 million. So do you want to tell me that all this, for this shortest time, the people of Tanzania have come to love this lady for all that, to that point whereby they have to turn out and vote in a large number to hit 31 million votes? That's something that is impossible. That is something that is impossible.
We have to stop pretending that countries that just hold an election where sometimes the winner somehow magically gets 90% of the vote, because all the opposition is locked up.
There's a woman now who is staying in power now. She won 98% of the vote. Wow. Hi. 98%. No rigging. Wow. Congratulations.
And again, after securing the vote of with the 98%, she don't allowed the people to go and attend his inauguration ceremony. So if she believed that all these people, in this number, all these are the people who loved her so much, so that they turned out in a large number to go and vote for her. So why does she allowed? Why does she not been able to allow them to go and celebrate his victory together with her? So this is something that has brought out different reactions. We've seen Barack Obama giving a reaction on this issue. We have seen Donald Trump giving reaction on this issue. This is something that the entire world has been spotting, and everyone has to come out with his reaction on what he or she thinks about the whole situation. And now, today, this has tried to show us the best example that we are the people of the, who have to make anything that we want to happen. We always say that the power belongs to the people. So today, the people's power is the reason as to why today we are watching the bodies like AU coming to decline the earlier allegations which they came out congratulating Samia Suluhu, and now today coming out to say that the election process in that country was not transparency. Why? Why at the first they came out to congratulate him, to congratulate her?
The African Union has outlived its usefulness. One wonders why the African regional body, cannot come out boldly and openly to condemn or castigate the political events that are taking place in Tanzania.
And why today they have to come out and say that the election in that country never happened as it required? So our eyes as Africans, we are here, we are watching everything that's happening. Something like this happens in the country of Kenya in the year 2007, whereby many people died on the street due to election crisis. And that time where the government was with William Ruto and with Raila versus Kibaki. So many people died, and this resulted at the end of it being William Ruto and his President Uhuru Kenyatta being held accountable with the ICC. So we are watching today to see if today ICC will act as the free, independent and transparency body, or it will just go as how the system always operates, whereby they cover the criminals, they cover the people who commit all this genocide and try to protect them. Because now this like a group of older people who are trying to secure themselves, who are trying to cover up themselves, while other people are dying, suffering on the streets of Africa. So just tell them how to have the comment section. We are here to check everything that's happening. We are here to follow up all that is happening to make sure that justice must have come out, and people who have lost their people must get their justice. Until next time, let's meet on the next episode. This is the Black History, and consider subscribing, sharing, and leaving a comment. And be blessed watching from